All right, hey guys, I think it's going live, so we're gonna see. All right, guys, we are here to be talking about how to use a strategy map in your business to book out your business and really create a plan to bring in those consistent yeses in your business. So if you see me and can hear me and you're hopping on, say hi and let me know that you are here. This is one of my favorite things to talk about because I see so many people who are struggling. They're talking about how they're creating all this content, they're having conversations, and it just doesn't seem like they're able to get across what it is they do in a way that actually compels people to take action and makes them feel like what they do is valuable. So what I want to share with you is how having a strategy map is actually what allows you to clearly identify what it is you do for people and how that's important to them. Hey, Heather. So give me just one quick minute. I'm going to actually share this inside the event, and I apologize for being a few minutes late. But first of all, say hi and let me know that you're here if you are team live or a team replay. But let me know if you've ever thought about mapping out a strategy. And so tell me if you've ever heard of what a strategy map is. A lot of people don't. They have never heard of what a strategy map is. And so they're kind of running blind. They're doing all of these different things. And so a strategy map is different than us just saying, here's what I want to be able to do. It's actually us saying how we do these things for our clients and why that's the answer to their problems. So makes a huge difference in how we show up in our business, how we share our message, and how we're really able to get results for our clients. So you hear me talk about this all the time, where you can't just tell people to trust you and expect them to say, okay. We have to have a clear-cut way of being able to share that with people that actually provides them with the how and why that allows them to really see the shift, okay? So I'm going to share my screen so that you can actually see what a strategy map looks like. And anywhere during this training, if you're like, Naz, I need a copy of that strategy map, drop map in the comments and I will absolutely share the strategy map with you in an editable version so you can see what we're talking about, okay? So tell me if you can see here on my screen the strategy map that I have up. This is my specific strategy map. So you're going to make this look like yours. It's going to feel really good and you're going to be able to clearly identify your own things. But I want to kind of go through what a strategy map allows us to accomplish, what we really have to do to fill this in correctly, and then how to leverage this in our business, okay? So what you're seeing here, oops, sorry. I'm trying to switch screens to see if I can see you guys, and I forget that you can see me switching. So here's what we start with. We start with understanding our client's core objective. I talk about this all the time, that most people who are attracting the wrong type of clients into their business are doing so because they haven't clearly identified their client's core objective, okay? So what this means is we see a lot of people who struggle to get people who don't want to say, hey, it's too expensive, or they struggle to be able to bring in the people who actually see the value in what they do. And the problem is they're speaking to a problem that client doesn't really feel is a problem they need solved. Okay, so I want to repeat that. They're speaking to a problem that that client doesn't feel is important to be solved. So it starts with an awareness. So you'll see here, my client's core objectives are these three things, right? These are the three things they're complaining about all the time. Now, if you're struggling to know what the client's core objectives are, you can do some social listening. You can look inside of Facebook groups. You can go on Instagram. You can literally have conversations with people and see what it is that they're constantly talking about as being a concern and that they readily want to fix. Okay. So for me, they want revenue growth and consistent clients. They want content that converts. They're tired of creating content, right? They want to work smarter. They don't know what to focus on when. These are the three core objectives that 99% of my clients struggle with. Okay. So drop struggle if you understand that we need to be clear on what is it that our audience has and sees as a core objective for them. This same thing goes if you are B2C, business to consumer, or business to business. It doesn't matter. Each of your clients, the people who are actually ready to solve the problem, will have a core objective that they want solved. Okay. So the next thing is what has to happen in order for them to be able to achieve this. This is going to be unique to you, and it's going to be what you truly believe holds them back from being able to achieve this. Now, what you need to understand is there's tons of people who talk about how to solve these problems, right? You're not the only person out there that's going to say, oh yeah, my clients need help with these things. So whether you're in, again, you're a life coach and you're working with individuals and their biggest thing is that they want to be able to find their life's path and make a shift in their life, somebody else helps them with that. Okay, that's not a new concept. It's not something different that hasn't been in existence before. What it is something that's evergreen, right? It's a problem that consistently exists. And you hear me talk about this a lot. We need to be able to focus on a core objective that's evergreen. It's a problem that consistently comes up. It's never going to go away in your industry. Okay. The next thing though is how do you believe in solving this task? Okay. So as an example, I have a lot of clients who are in the sleep consulting field. An example would be they want their child to sleep through the night. Okay. They want to be able to stop bed sharing. They want to be able to have kids who are happy and healthy and thriving during the day. So those are their clients' core objectives, right? Their key shifts could be here, instead of that, they say they want their baby to sleep through the night. Some people might say, okay, you need to use the cried out method, or you need to use a gentle sleep method, right? This is what's the key shift that has to happen in order for them to achieve the result they want. Okay. So drop results in the chat if you understand that what we want to put here in the key shift part is what has to happen. What's the change that has to happen from where they are right now to where they want to be in order for them to achieve the result that they want? That's the key shift. Everybody's key shift is going to look slightly different, right? So working smarter, not harder, in my case, somebody might say that they need to add time blocking. I say that the way in order to achieve what they want, they need to eliminate non-ROI tasks. Okay, so that's my belief in the key shift that I think clients need to take in order to achieve the core objective. So far, so good. Is this making sense to you guys? Let me know in the comments with a 1 if so far you guys are understanding. We need to be clear on our clients' core objectives. The more clear we can be here, the better. So you could even say like hitting their first 5K month. You could say being able to get their child to sleep 4 hours through the night, right? What's their core objective right now? The one that they're very, very aware of. And that if you could solve that problem for them, they would be like jumping up and down excited. The more specific we can get here, the better, okay? Then what happens is, what do you believe is a key shift that needs to occur in order for them to achieve the objective that they have, okay? So how do we get them to the finish line? How do we get them to create the results that they want? So again, needs to be something that's unique to you. Now, we make it even more unique by going into the methodology of it, but I want you to start by what has to happen in order for them to achieve point B. What has to happen for them to get to the core objectives? So if you guys want to drop in one core objective that your clients have right now, and then tell me what one's key shift that they need to take in order to achieve that, we can look at how this kind of starts to drill down. So this is how we map the strategy, right? Like instead of talking about problems that people don't care about and they aren't aware about, we now have that these are the 3 core objectives that we know our clients are ready to solve and want a solution to. This now shifts how we show up in our messaging, how we show up in our positioning. This is how everything changes here. Okay, because we're no longer talking about problems that don't exist for them, that we have to kind of like bring them to awareness of. Then when we go into the key shifts, this makes it crystal clear. We're no longer dancing around and creating fluffy content that doesn't actually explain what we believe solves that problem. Okay, so instead what we do is when we're creating messaging, we're creating content, we're creating offers, we're speaking to the core objective, we're explaining the how is that key shift. What's the how that has to happen in order for them to create that shift? It's building a lead system. It's creating a messaging framework. It's eliminating non-ROI tasks. What are your shifts that have to happen for your clients in order to achieve the results they want? Okay. So far, so good. Is this making sense to all of you guys? You guys have any questions about anything I've shared so far? Are you seeing how we're going to take away all the fluff that literally holds you back from being able to call in clients because we have conversations around things that aren't important to them? And instead, we focus on the right things that create the results they want and clearly show how we do that in a very specific way. Drop yes in the comments if this is making sense to you guys and you guys are understanding what I'm saying. You're seeing the light at the end of the road of, okay, cool. Yes, I need to be more specific. Yes, I need to be more direct. Yes, I need to be able to show the map of how my strategy creates those results that we want. Okay, let me know in the comments if so far so good we're making sense on this, because this is your task, right? I'm going to give you a mission for the week in joining this group, or whether you've been here before. I want you to make sure that you're taking on this mission, because this mission is what actually helps you set the stage for creating any other systems around your business and be able to create all these things. This strategy map is your first step into systemizing the approach of how you share what you do in your business. Okay, good. I'm seeing yes from Heather. Anyone else, drop your yeses. I want to make sure you guys are keeping up with me. Okay, I know I'm talking fast and moving fast. So now that we've understand the key shift that needs to happen, what do they need to have in order to accomplish the goal they want? So we create this clear pathway. So step one is they want to be, this is the end result. We want revenue growth. We want consistent clients. The more specific, the better. The key shift that needs to happen in order for them to achieve that result is they need to be able to build a lead system, right? Cool. I need a lead system. Are all lead systems created equal? No. This is now where you come in and inject your unique methodology. If you haven't heard me talk about this, I talk about why having proprietary methodology is the answer to doubling your prices and bringing in clients and being able to get people coming to you and having inbound leads versus outbound you going out and reaching to them. Why? Because you create a solution that only you can provide. So right now, other people might provide a lead system. Other people might create messaging framework. Other people might create non-RO. They might talk about this, right? So they've got their own way of talking about this. Your goal now is to take it one step further. What we want to be able to achieve is to say, hey, I know you may have seen this before, right? It's not a brand new process in the market. You may have heard of these things before. And what we're trying to say is, don't just trust me. I'm going to explain to you how this works and how my specific method fills in the gaps. Okay, so far so good. Drop gaps in the comments if you guys are understanding. The biggest mistake business owners make is that they do not know how to share what gaps are in the market and how they solve that with their unique methodology. Unique methodology is your way of answering the objections, of answering the issues, the concerns, the problems they have with other things. So when people say to me, oh my gosh, I'm getting hit with so many objections, or people can't afford my services, it's because they don't have a unique methodology that shows people why their solution fills the gaps. Okay? If you do not have a unique methodology or a unique process that really does fill in the gaps, all you're doing is saying, trust me, I'm better than the next person. This is not a way to operate a strategic and growing business. Okay? So then we go into the unique methodology. So what you're doing is, for example, if I'm creating a piece of content and I'm talking about, I know that you want to be able to bring consistent clients into your business. Say this live here. I say, I know you want to be able to get consistent yeses in your business. What you're struggling with is the process, the shift that needs to happen in order to get there. You've been told all these different things, right? But what I'm going to say is, what's going to get you these results, clearly I'm going to say, is you need a lead system. You need to have a system in place that produces those results. So no longer am I making it like they have to figure out what I do. I'm no longer making it confusing to them about how I'm going to produce those results. I'm telling them we need a lead system. We need messaging framework. We need to eliminate non-ROI tasks. I'm making it crystal clear what I believe needs to happen in order for them to achieve the result they want. Therefore, already positioning myself in a place of, okay, cool, this makes sense to me. Yes, I like this, or no, I don't. Therefore, not having to get on calls with people or conversations with people who are, oh, I don't know if this is the right fit for me, or I don't want this. When we talk about pre-sold leads, people coming in and actually saying yes to you, it comes from a place of clarity. Are they clear on how you produce those results? So then we drill down to the unique methodology. What do you do differently that nobody else in this universe can do? And why is that the solution to their problem? Okay. Why is my unique methodology of an easy yes lead machine, how does this not only give them the solution that they want, but do it in a way that fills the gaps, fixes the problems, removes the objections that they have otherwise? Okay. So most people don't have this. They don't have a unique methodology. They're just saying, yeah, I do the same thing as everybody else, but I do it better. They don't say that, but that's essentially what we do, right? That's essentially what we do when in our business, we're sitting there saying, I'm a business coach and I help you get clients. Okay, how? I help you hone in on your messaging. Okay, great. So does so-and-so. So does the next person. How do I feel like that's worth me paying high ticket pricing to have that problem solved? When I know somebody else can do the same exact thing and maybe they can do it cheaper. Maybe they can do it faster. What's my unique method that solves this problem in a way that positions me as an expert? Because now I know what the gaps are. I'm able to say, hey, here's why other things have failed you. So for an example, people talk about building a lead system. And lead systems usually comprise of them running Facebook ads and then getting people into a freebie, then trying to email them, and over time hoping that that converts into a lead. Or maybe they're sending them to a low ticket offer and eventually trying to sell them into a high ticket offer. So I'm going to say, where's the gap in this current lead system process? What I say is the gap in the current lead system process is it's built around the idea of a long sales cycle that we have to get them here and then eventually talk them into the next step. And it doesn't take into account the people who are actually already raising their hands and ready to go. So I'm finding the gap because they're going to say, I've tried this, Naz. I've tried some sort of lead system in the past. I've tried to get my kid to sleep through the night and cry it out and it didn't work, right? This is what they're saying. This is the objections they have in their mind, the things that they believe didn't work for them. My unique methodology says, I understand that Facebook ads leading them to download a freebie and do these other things didn't work for them. It was missing a key component. My YESES lead machine focuses on filling that gap. Let me know if you guys are keeping up with me. This is making sense. I'm throwing a lot at you so I understand, but let me know in the comments with a 2 if so far so good we're making sense on this. So our goal is, how does our unique methodology, our signature method, something that doesn't exist now, solve a problem and fill a gap that exists in the market? So for me, an example would be my YESES lead machine focuses on organic traffic, something you can control, right? We can control the organic traffic we create, but instead of focusing on a long sales cycle and making people jump through hoops and having all these pieces in place, we focus on calling in the right clients, using a very strategic and high converting free mini course to convert our clients quickly and get them to buy in and say yes in less than a week. So I'm solving the problems. Okay, other lead systems take a lot of time, they take a lot of money, and they take a lot of effort. Hey, what if I could take away all your objections, all your fears, all the gaps of those other things that exist out there? I've created a system that does this in a way that nothing else can. Now your ears perk up. You start paying attention, right? You now see that there's potential in the opportunity I'm sharing with you, and you see how this is more valuable than any other solution out there. Because not only am I able to position myself as an expert, not only are you able to position yourself as that expert, right? Because I am able to say, hey, I know there's gaps, I understand your needs, and here's how I'm filling them. But you've created a solution that took it one step further, okay? So that's the unique methodology that we have to come up with, that we create, that solves that problem. Now, what happens, what's some of the tools, what's something that goes into it in order to allow us to make this unique methodology work? So in my case, one small piece, and this is just to give you an example so you guys could see how you would do this for yourself. One small piece of why my YESES lead machine works so much better and fills the gaps that nothing else out there has had is that we leverage buyer psychology. We take into account the messaging, the positioning, and how to get people to make a decision faster by leveraging buyer psychology. So this is one of the magic pieces that allow this to work so well, okay? So you wanna think about what are the magic pieces that allow this to work so well. In this, it's ROI measurements and conversion tracking. Allows me to be able to see how we can eliminate non-ROI tasks using my remove and replace method. This is how market analysis and competitive research allows us to build dynamic framework so that we can create messaging framework and create content that converts. It's drilling everything down. It's making it crystal clear the problem they have, the solution they need, why my solution fills a gap and does it in a way that nobody else could, and what's the tool that makes that so powerful. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to be able to take this map. And again, if you want access to a templated version of this map for absolutely free, drop map in the comments and I will send that over to you. This map, I want you to take the same blank version of this map and I want you to put in your client's core objectives. I want you to put in the key shifts that have to happen. I want you to start brainstorming on what unique methodology is going to help them accomplish that. And what are some of the tools? What is some of the opportunities that make your unique methodology really stick and really work really well? Because if we have this in place, not only can we now start focusing on how we position ourselves. So when people go and create I help statements, or they go start talking about what they do, if they're not clear on this piece of it, that I help statement becomes a generic version of what everyone else has out there. And my goal for you is for you to have a brand that innovates the industry and actually stands apart from the rest. It's actually its own whole new market. I want you to not have to compete with anybody else. I want you to be the only solution that your audience can ever see. But we have to do that by having a map of behind the strategy and how that drills down and why that matters to them. So you're going to hear me talk about this a lot. I talk about how and why does your process matter to them. If we cannot explain this, we have a messaging and positioning problem. We cannot move forward. We cannot say, I just want leads. We have to be able to fix this before we can move forward. Okay. So drop map, whether you're on live or in replay and you want access to this map, I will send over that to you and you guys can play around with this. If you are struggling to understand any of these core pieces, right? You don't know where the core objective is. You're not sure about what the key shifts are. You know you produce great results for your clients. You know that what you do is unique and amazing, but you're not sure how to actually bring that out and put that into words that make sense to them. And you don't know what your unique methodology is because this is new. You haven't figured those pieces out and you want to know what can you do? What is the growth opportunity and the fusion you can put in there that it will allow you to share your message and your gift in a way that gets people raising their hands saying, oh my gosh, this blows my mind. This is exactly what I need. Drop call in the comments and let's book a pathway call and I'll show you what it looks like to create your own strategy map, more importantly, but also for you to see what it is to have your unique methodology, for you to have a strategy and an actual system for how you bring in clients by having all of these clear components set up so that you become the undeniable option to your audience. You become the innovator in your industry, the only solution to their problems because there is nothing else out there. You no longer say, just trust me. I've got a solution and it works. Cross your fingers. I'm different. I'm going to show you how to show your differentiation, your unique differentiation in a way that is so compelling for your clients to take action that they pay double. They will pay. You can double or triple your prices and ethically people will pay for that because you are the only solution that fills the gaps. Okay. So thank you guys. Do you guys have any questions about anything I've shared with you? Actually, it shouldn't jump off because I want to make sure I answer any of your questions. For those of you who said map, I'll follow up with you and make sure that you guys have that map and you can go in and edit it and see what you come up with. And I'd love for you to actually come into the group, share your map and what you're creating so we can help you visually see how those things are working. And again, for those of you who are watching on live or replaying, you want to actually be able to finally create an innovative authority in your business and be able to stand out from the rest and stop doing these cookie cutter strategies and trying to figure out how to get people to pay attention to you. Drop call in the comments and our team will reach out to book a call with you and show you exactly what it looks like to have a lead system in place, but more importantly, to be able to have your unique methodology so that you can call in clients consistently. But do you guys have any questions about anything I've shared with you so far? Oh, thanks, Marissa. Glad you're here. Any questions about anything I've shared with you guys so far? If you do, definitely come back, drop them in the comments, and I will share the strategy map with you guys for those of you who requested it. And if any of you guys want to hop on a call to chat about what it looks like, let me know as well. Once you have this strategy map, what I'm going to urge you to do is for you to go ahead and create your own version of this and put it into the group so we can cheer you on and show you how to even leverage this even further, okay? Well, thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure seeing you and chatting with you today. And for those of you who said map, I will be reaching out to share that with you. Bye, guys.